to cops. And then when I was a kid, it was all fantasy. And so I always wanted to learn sword fighting, which is crazy.
So yeah, I mean, you mentioned Conan. Conan was relatively adult.
Is the internet with us? Hi, internet.
Are they there?
Yeah. Goodness.
Well, hello, internet.
It's the first live stream of the new year.
Happy of the New Year's.
Oh, no?
Oh, no, we're not. Not in the least.
I thought you said you were flipping it live. Oh. Gotcha.
So,
it's been a while.
Back to the fantasy.
Back to swords and fantasy.
So I read Lord of the Rings because that was all exciting, but really all I got for Tolkien was the Rankin Bass cartoons.
And with the orc song.
Ralph Bakshi's odd take on it. Because, you know, Conan, it's an adult movie. That was something that took me a while to find the right friend who had the passive parents where we could actually see that. But yeah, Star Wars held a lot of appeal, but a lot of it was like, you know, cops and robbers.
See, my parents had we had a no rating on movies watched at home rule. I could sit and watch anything. But like when I was really little, the rule was you can sit and watch this, and they would bring home. My dad was like really into like Dario Argento and like Lucio Fulci and stuff like that. So like Italian horror and stuff. He's like, you can watch it, but remember that if you cry in the middle of the night, we're not coming for you. It's a movie, and we're telling you it's a movie, and you're telling me that you're responsible enough to watch this. If you cry, we are not coming for you.
See, you know, the thing was, I don't think my parents ever thought there was going to be any damage done to me. I think they found that it was somehow, it didn't look good to other people if I was indulging in such, you know, at one point my parents were so bothered by how many horror novels I was reading. I was like, I had them pretty much taken away, and I was given a copy of Red Badge of Courage.
They're just like, no, from now on, it's all Newberry and Caldecott all the way down.
I mean, you know, it was just like everything. It always had to be kind of an image of, you know what the thing is, though? If you want to teach someone a love of literature, take their books away.
Yeah.
It's really an effective strategy.
So I grew up watching a lot of swords, and hello, internet. We're going to play sword games.
Yes.
We're going to play a sword game today. Yeah. This is our first live stream of the new year. Welcome back. How was your new year?
It was good. I mean, the New Year transition itself was kind of unremarkable. I just found that happened because I'm goddamn 40.
Yeah.
As I'm now telling the internet. But it was just nice having some time off and watching things and playing a handful of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a little backlog at my house. I'm very excited because one of the best things ever, one of the games I've been waiting for forever, just came out here in the new year, Nidhogg.
And we are now of one mind that this is Nidhogg in pronunciation.
Nidhogg.
It's not Nidhogg?
You know, I bet that if you are appropriately Norse, sure, maybe.
All right.
I've always heard it Nidhogg. Because it's from like Nidhoggr, which is like the serpent that lives in the center of the earth or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So I'm always waiting for the wolf to just come and eat me.
What is the name of the wolf? Man, I can't remember. But anyway, this is a sword fighting game.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, yes, Alan Wake will happen today.
Oh man, we set off the internet a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of made a boo-boo.
We're sorry, internet.
Yeah.
We're sorry, particularly to Remedy Games. We posted a teaser just to kind of tickle you guys because we knew that you guys knew what we were talking about.
Like that.
This is an Alan Wake stream teaser, and unfortunately, a subsection of the internet thought that we were maybe announcing Alan Wake 2 today.
Yes, because if Remedy had any place to announce it, it would be here.
It would be here.
on this sad little couch.
Here on this sad little couch with this very expensive gaming table. They would come here and show it off at our high-tech studio. We would offer them a can of Talking Rain water,
and yes, they would have that kind of an announcement.
Would you like a generic brand of sparkling water, Sam Lake, while you tell us about your newest opus? No, that did not happen.
Yeah, and it's probably not going to happen.
Also featuring today in the live stream is this adorable planner that I got from Hobonichi.
You're constantly getting adorable planners.
Well, this is the same adorable planner, but it's for 2014. Shigesato Itoi, who created Earthbound, is also like a big writer, philosopher, copywriter in Japan. He's so famous in Japan that he wrote a little note to his favorite ramen noodle company, and they made the note the packaging for the ramen noodles, and sales went up.
Wow.
And every year, he puts out a planner with like little pearls of wisdom. I'm just going to read you one. One thing I can say is that a puppet is not a substitute for a human. It is a unique puppet with its own independent, inherent existence. So every day you get something like that. I'm going to read some of these off because I love this.
I imagine that sounds different in the original Whimsy, right?
Yeah, he speaks in southern Japan they speak Whimsy.
Yeah.
It's the Whimsy dialect.
Yeah. Whew.
Let's get down into some Nidhogg.
Okay. So let me make sure my controller is on. That would help.
Yep. So basically, you're going in cold to this.
I am.
I played it a little bit. I'm yellow, you're orange.
2 buttons?
2 buttons. You got your jump and you've got your sword. Now, you'll notice if you tap up and down, you can change the height of your attack. And we can actually...
Okay.
We can actually use that to kind of...
Oh, is that you I killed, or
Yep.
are you somewhere else? Oops.
So
is that still you?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, you're getting it. There we go. So when I kill you, I get this go, right? So that means I have control right now.
Uh-huh.
You want to run all the way to that side of the arena. That's how you win. I can also do this.
Hey, ha-ha!
And if you push down over a fallen sword, you can pick it up.
Aha! Okay, I'm getting this. Now, is this just multiplayer?
It's there's a single player, but it's basically just against the computer.
Okay, so when I suddenly like lose my sword and I'm going to punching,
Yeah.
how does that work when you have a sword?
Well, your dive kick still works.
Okay.
Whatever, I'm not worried. I'm just gonna run to my side. Peace.
How do I throw my sword?
You hold up, and you'll see him do this.
Aha! That was a horrible idea.
Yeah,
on my
no,
part.
come back and get your sword. I'm not gonna do that. We fence with honor.
We do?
Sure.
This is video games.
Oh!
Oh! So the idea is that you're like one of the players is advancing the
Yes.
setting. And so these guys are from the northern lands of Europe?
No, this was made by Mark Essen, who's a professor at USC.
Oh! I'm familiar
He's
with
known, yeah, he's known as Messhoff. He made Fly Wrench a few years ago. He's been working on this game for 4 years. He's basically been doing it basically alone. And it looks kind of like when you look at a game like this. Now you'll notice we're here. Nobody has the advantage yet, so none of us can sneak by until one of us kills the other.
Oh! Which just happened.
And see, every arena is different. This one has the tall grass, which limits visibility.
So how many arenas are there in the game?
There are 4 arenas. Oh, nice throw.
Oh, that was all on purpose. I just want to let you know that. Oh, I actually got you with fists.
Yeah, if I'm down, if you knock me over, and you're fist only, you can spine rip.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, and when you rip my spine out, oh,
I
see?
did.
Spine rip.
That was terribly satisfying.
Right? It feels good.
And it just has enough noise that oh, here we go.
And there's a variable that you can. There are tons of versus variables, and one of them, like this, has a window, which I think is really clever.
Oh, I kind of ran.
Oh, I ran right into it.
I actually didn't do anything there.
I just
that
ran
was
into your
just
sword. You
harakiri
can't
on your-
run into a sword, is a thing.
Kids,
In
don't
life.
run into swords. If a man has a sword in front of you, don't run into it.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So there are a
That's
lot
my
of
favorite.
variables. We'll play a variable match next. One of them is spine swords. So when you rip a spine out, you automatically get a new sword for it. So you can throw your sword, spine rip, and get a new sword without having to go back and retrieve.
I like this tall grass a lot.
Yeah, the tall grass is really interesting, right? Oh,
You
no!
ran into my sword again.
I keep doing it.
Yeah, it's a really bad habit. You got to break.
Huh.
Oh!
Peace. This is it.
Yeah, it's back in. Oh!
The back and forth in this game is crazy. See, I couldn't even see you throwing that.
Is this only local multiplayer?
There is online multiplayer. The netcode, I gotta say, is not the best.
I just don't think it would be as fun.
It's
I mean, if you were elsewhere and we were doing this, I'd be like, why are we doing this?
oh! Why didn't I pick up that sword?
This is a tense match of Nidhogg.
They're all tense. Once somebody gets the basics of this, ooh, and you'll find like the arenas are. We'll play the mines next, and the cool thing about the mines is that they're these really tight tunnels. So sword throwing is no longer an option.
Ha-ha!
You can also set boomerang swords, but you can't catch them. They just come back at you, and they're deadly.
Well, I mean, that's true. If there was a boom,
I think that might be a suicide.
Well, you had zero
it's
there.
Things like falling down into pits and stuff. Multiplayer, let's do a variant. I'm going to turn on, you can do low gravity. You can do sudden death, so it's just one kill.
Is that...
And...
Light trails, boomerang swords.
We'll go into the clouds. So now we leave these colorful trails behind us. And if I throw my sword, it comes back at me and I die. So you have to dodge your sword after you throw it.
These light trails are so magical.
Aren't they? I like the cloud
Do they
level.
talk about light trails in your planner?
I haven't seen.
Oh, I didn't realize I was not dead.
Yeah, dive kicks don't kill, they only... Why did I do that? No, kill! Kill Adam! Destroy Adam!
Oh, I think you did.
Spine
rip!
What was with that respawn speed? I got the high ground.
I am thoroughly enjoying this.
This is great, right?
Ow!
Ah!
Ow!
Flowers.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have your youth.
And
that sense of drive and hope and that stuff.
I Am the Elite says, I would play this, but I need to get a friend first.
I know a place that has discounts on friends.
You can play against the computer. Oh!
Whoa, hey!
So see this whole screen, you're gonna spawn with a sword.
I see, I was trying to sneak up on you.
I saw what you were doing.
Yeah, you did? I don't know how. I thought it was so incognito. Oh.
Conveyor belts in this one. Conveyor belts over pits. Oh, I should have just let that fly back at you. No way, dude. Oh no!
Ha ha! Ho ho! Hee hee!
Nope, nope. Spine rip! Pick that up. Huh. Sword throw. No!
Okay, that is my most favorite aspect of this game. That.
My hubris is my downfall at all times.
Yeah, you are just one. You're just like Icarus. Fly close to my son.
Peace. Ha! Swordless. Sci-Fi Saint says I'm getting a Pitfall vibe. Yeah, I mean, it has that 4-bit look. Yeah. To me, it looks like, it feels like Jordan Mechner did a game for the Commodore 64.
Except, I think the thing is that
this one's my
no
favorite.
game that would typically look like this from that era would ever have this speed.
No.
It's holding this and playing it, it feels like a contemporary game.
Ooh. Tall grass. No!
It's like Bushido Blade stripped of everything.
It really is. God, I love Bushido Blade.
That was a great game. See, now there's a franchise that I think could somehow come back. It would probably come back stupid, but... Okay, so if I don't have the sword, I've dropped it.
Yeah.
What's my best course of action?
You can try to roll at me. You can try to dive kick me.
Ooh, is there an achievement for 2 spines in a row?
I think you need a longer streak than 2. You might need...
Well, maybe I should have special Adam achievements for just the nominal things I can pull off in a given day. Like, pants on!
What am I doing? I'm not even gonna mess with you. I've got the... That's the thing is, you get into these things where you wanna, like, fiddle around and do the fighting, and you forget that you have advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I should get an achievement for being most idiot deaths. There's a tournament mode to this too, like a ladder tournament mode. So you can do brackets, which is awesome.
See, this is where I think, this should be the next esports game.
Dude, I would love that. I would love that. Oh, spine rip.
See, I thought I had that advantage the whole time, but no.
Well, you did. You could have just run away. But you chose to engage.
You're right, exactly. You're exactly right.
Through the glass.
That's glass?
Yeah.
I'm going to go kind of through it.
Oh.
I saw you sneaking in the
I thought I would
grass.
wait for you. See, now that's the other thing, is if you repel someone's blade enough, you can knock it out of their hands. Oh, you fool!
That was a suicide.
You fool! Run, yellow guy!
Oh!
Spine
I
rip.
so wanted your spine.
All I want is your spine. I'll tell you what, out of all the sword fighting, spine ripping games that came out for the PC this week, the second being
is this the best one?
This is the best one.
Yeah.
Because I tried playing Revengeance on the PC.
You're right, that actually does have that.
That was not a fun time.
Was it because it was on the PC or because it was Revengeance?
I think it was.
It's okay to not like Revengeance.
I might be a little too old for the Metal Gear aesthetic at this point, especially the Platinum Games version of Metal Gear.
It's kind of the way that game begins, and it's just like, all right, here we go. It's like, what is? I'm not talking just like story. I'm talking like content.
Yeah, I can't do something. I think it was Arthur. Arthur asked somebody to find out how much of Revengeance. The download was like 30 gigs. How
Really?
much of it is cutscenes, and it was 21 gigs.
Well, yeah, but Metal Gear Solid 4 was just insane in that regard.
I can't passively watch cutscenes of people doing something amazing anymore. I want some sort of interaction with it.
Well, I told you my whole thing, especially with Metal Gear Solid 4, all the scenes that were on the plane with Sonny, it's like it was like being trapped in the worst Harold Pinter play ever.
Yeah.
It's like there's all these really uncomfortable pauses, like there's a horrible secret that no one's willing to talk about. And it's just like, but you never had like, the woman to take sexual, mental domination over everyone at the end.
The other thing, boomerang swords! The other thing is, just the PC port was not done in a super great way.
Oh, but Konami's so PC-centric, that's weird.
Full screen doesn't work on a PC, or on a TV. You've got to get like a windowless, you got to get a special utility to run a full screen windowless or borderless window. And then if you're playing with a controller, it gives you keyboard prompts, which is annoying in a game
horrible.
that gives you...
That's horrible.
Which is a game where
is it actually, could you even play that game with a mouse and keyboard?
You could. I would not recommend it.
Some guy's just writing something that says PC Master Race in it right now, and he's calling us a bunch of something or others.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
But so anyway, Nidhogg. If you're looking to rip spines and play with swords this week, Nidhogg.
And how much cheaper is it than Revengeance?
Oh man, it's a quarter of the price of Revengeance. It's $12 right now. I got the 2-pack for 21 bucks, so I can give it to a friend.
Oh, okay. I thought there was.
So I can always have somebody to Nidhogg.
I thought there was like Nidhogg X and Nidhogg Y.
Run!
Oh, I thought I was still. Every time you think you're exiting, I'm right there, or I'm not. Oh, I threw it away.
Boomerang sword!
Did I get you?
No!
Ow! You were lying in wait, pretending to be dead. Oh, I fell through.
I wonder why they chose to make a game with an Old Norse name using Spanish weaponry.
I fell through the cloud 3 times.
I don't know.
Wait, how is this Spanish weaponry?
Whew! Is the rapier Spanish or is the rapier French?
Rapier?
Yeah. But just because it was popularized by the French doesn't mean the French came up with it.
No, but
I would like to know. But anyway, the reason is video games. We're also fighting in the clouds.
Well, where else would you fight? I guess the mines, the
mines,
castle, and the...
The Wilds is my favorite, the one with the tall grass.
I really like that.
The castle is the original Nidhogg level. We should play the castle next.
It's old school? It's original?
It's old school. It's OG Nidhogg.
So, I'd like to point something out. You didn't mention my pants.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm wearing red pants because, remember, I'm a hipster.
Oh.
That's what 2014 is all about, right?
Sure. Red pants or being a hipster?
I have no idea.
Okay. I think they're lovely.
Oh.
Huh. Oh! Boomerang sword! Boomerang sword. Best variant.
I don't have a sword.
Only variant.
The attacks have just the right amount of crunch to them.
They really do. And I just love... And I love that if we wanted to get really fiddly with it, especially in the mines where you have to, or at the end of the castle level where you're in an enclosed room, the actual height of the attack really comes into play. And what I love about the height of the attack in a game like this, in a kind of simplified, let's change some of the variants here for our next one. We'll do one more.
I understand that now, Zach. Zach said something in my ear that, you know, for the youngins out there, has meaning.
What I was gonna say is something like, you know, like a Dead or Alive or something with parries at different heights in 3D is kind of like, it's about memorization of what the attack is. Whereas in this, it's like you can clearly see where you're supposed to be attacking. And I think that kind of gives it, you still have to be quick enough to react to it, but it kind of gives beginners a little bit more of a way in.
Also, I really, really want this to become a competitive game.
I really do too.
I think there's some, I know it sounds like I'm being glib and sarcastic. I actually mean that because it's so easy to see what's happening, but...
I turned low gravity on.
But it... Ooh!
And see, here's what's funny about a variant like low gravity. We don't need to be jumping into the air to kill each other. We just made an unspoken dramatic decision, right?
Yeah.
we walked in and immediately we were like, well, if you can jump 40 feet high,
oh, I didn't mean to.
It is dishonorable to kill somebody at ground level. Oh.
That's an unfortunate turn of events for you, my friend.
Door camping, super important in the castle. It's coming back. Ah, doors.
Oh, yes, I saved myself. I didn't need to attack you. I remember that.
Spine swords are also turned on here. So if you kill somebody without a sword and you rip their spine turns into a sword.
Really?
Yeah. And then you automatically have a sword. Oh, no.
Ha ha! Man, I like this game.
It's so good, right?
You know, this is also another wonderful example of just, you can do a game with one mechanic.
That's the thing. This guy, Mark, took about 4 years making this game. And
now, he
people
teaches
at
USC?
Teaches at USC.
He teaches also with Richard Lamarchand.
Yeah.
And the Joe Olin. So if you're watching there, say hi to them for me.
All the dudes who make cool games and also teach kids are at USC. Well, they're at NYU too. But Mark has also had games, I believe, in the MoMA and in the Smithsonian, and he spent 4.5 years making a game with a single mechanic because this feels so good. Spine rip. When you're on the ground like that, I think it's tap, tap, tap to speed up your recovery. No.
Can he do it? Can Adam finally win a level of Nidhogg? Probably not. Ah!
Come on.
Haha, you didn't see me sneaking up on you that time. Haha!
If I stay perfectly still, I'm invisible to him. Come on.
Oh, I thought maybe I could land on the ceiling.
Jump! Run! No!
Ow!
Must regain advantage. John Woo room. Doves everywhere.
Can I rip the spine?
No spine!
I ripped the spine!
Yeah!
Ah! Oh no! Ha ha!
No!
Ah! Oh no! 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 No!
Peace. Oh, you can't do that with the low.
Do you think the internet is placing bets right now?
I think the internet should.
This is like a kickboxer movie. That's bad.
Peace.
Oh, no, you had to go. You should
No!
always know the go. That's the most important rule here with Nidhogg.
That's what the safety posters all say. Why did I do that? There we go.
Oh! Oh, that's right. It was a boomerang sword.
Boomerang swords.
What an ignoble way to pass.
Ugh. Screen by screen. Screen by screen. Playing the long game. Playing the long game. Here we go.
Oh!
Oh, I gotta watch out for that gravity. I keep jumping over the doorways. Yes! Go, 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 go.
I will avenge my death. Later. I will
love-
avenge my death later.
Oh no!
Ah!
Cool. Cool, dumb idiot move, Anthony. You moron.
It's all fun and games until it's not in Nidhogg.
That should be the tagline. Mark.
You ran into my sword. I looked away when that happened. And I forgot to run.
Is that a humble brag?
What's a humble brag?
It's a humble brag.
Yeah. Is
Chat, tell Adam what a humble brag is. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. This is our most epic match. Gotta play that wall game.
Wait, why did I jump to that wall? You were.
I like that I said you gotta play that wall game, so we just started leaping off the walls for no reason.
You gotta play that crawl game. Okay, we're all gonna start.
So one thing I will tell you is if you're constantly chasing, if you stop, it'll respawn you. So you can let somebody go and you'll appear in front of them.
Oh. Oh!
Woo! This is it. This is it.
You spying me.
Oh, I hate that it puts you right in there. Oh, this is it. No! Get it back. Get it back. Pick up a sword. Pick up a sword.
Oh.
Yes! Nidhogg! No!
I ain't giving up!
What an idiot!
Oh. Tragedy strikes.
This is it, this is it, this is it, this is it! No!
Oh.
Yes! Oh my God, no advantage. No advantage. Someone's got to make the kill.
Oh.
Got it! Boomerang swords! Good Nidhogg champion!
You are the Nidhogg champion. Yes, I understand. Oh, the comeback hit achievement was locked.
Oh, I love that.
I assume that's for you.
You know what Shigesato Itoi would say at a time like this?
What would he say?
He would say, let's eat delicious food. Let's enjoy wasting time. Let's do a good job playing hooky. Let's go somewhere and laugh. Just as somebody means a lot to you, you mean a lot to someone. Think about that, even though you lost Nidhogg.
Who do I mean a lot to?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, everybody. Now is the time. The children
I know who
are
I mean
future.
a lot to. Remedy Games.
Remedy Games. They mean a lot to us.
Yes, they do. They're kind of the Alan Wake of game designers.
They kind of are.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what all this Alan Wake nonsense is about, well, you weren't with us in 2013, I assume.
So long ago.
We decided after some rumination and, yeah, just some rumination, that this would be our newest game to play consistently through these live streams. Last year it was Outlast. We're going to start this year with Alan Wake. It's a game that I really like. I think, actually, you proposed to Alan Wake in marriage.
I tried.
Yeah, you were turned down.
I was turned down. I was turned down by an inanimate thing.
Alan Wake can only be with Alan Wake.
Yeah. The only person who's good enough, who's worthy enough of Alan Wake is Alan Wake, which is actually kind of the plot of Alan Wake's American Nightmare.
Very good point, which maybe we will get to.
This game has so many levels!
So many levels. Now, we are starting...
Thoroy is an octopi. Where did Anthony get his Hobonichi? I haven't been able to find it under 40 bucks. 1101.com. They have an English site. We'll put a link in. I'll give a link.
And watch it not stay at 40 bucks because of that. Do you want me to grab the chatty chat?
Yeah, sure. Grab the chatty chat.
All right, so we are going to play it.
I love this game. You know, here's the thing, man. Have you ever had one of those games where you can't really... You can objectively look at the game, but that part of your brain is almost the subconscious part, like the background part, because so much of the game just seems made for you. That is Alan Wake for me. I love weird Americana. I love the Twilight Zone. I love Twin Peaks. I was so into Stephen King growing up.
Oh, as was I.
I just read obsessively.
Well, you know, what's interesting too is this game helped resolve some of the questions I had about the original Max Payne.
Stephen King once wrote that
trying to figure out if the tongue was in the cheek.
Yeah,
and now I feel that yes, there was a far greater level of self-awareness in in Max Payne, because you really start to see how they're playing with that here in Alan Wake.
Well, there's something interesting about. Well, let's listen a little bit.
Mystery is what stays with us the longest, and it's what we'll remember in the end. My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
My name is Adam Sessler. I am a player.
My name is Anthony Carbone.
And not the cool type that gets
I've always
women.
had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards. So yes, it began with a dream. Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was late, desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some
what's
urgent
funny is,
reason,
okay, so these
I
guys
couldn't
are
remember.
finished, right?
I've been driving too fast
So the
down a
only
coastal
two,
road to get
this
there.
is all done with models and mocap. The only two actual finished models are Alan Wake and Alice Wake. Everyone else is an American actor. So the guy who is the face of Alan Wake is Finnish. The
dead.
voice is dubbed over American,
I was convinced
which
they
you can
put me in
really
jail.
tell
I
in
didn't know
American
this.
Nightmare
Again.
when they have the video segments.
You know, I did not play American Nightmare.
American Nightmare is great. Because they take this whole idea of like fiction within fiction and play with it even more because it's all set in an episode of Night Springs. So it gets super campy.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Suddenly, his body was gone.
The other thing I love about Alan Wake is it's kind
shock
of the
from
same
crash.
thing
I could hardly stand
that
on my
I
feet.
enjoy about Earthbound in a way, which is I like when a foreign game designer or writer or filmmaker makes no, never. No matter what Tara Long says, you never reverse your look. Never invert your look.
People are not planes. We've said this before, I'll say it again.
But what I really like is I like the idea, representations of America and American culture through the filter of other eyes.
See, you know, I remember I was thinking about this when I played the original Max Payne, and I thought, this is just how people look at America because we don't have socialized medicine.
I had to go to the lighthouse.
That it's always
I knew there was
nighttime.
something important
It's kind of dirty.
So I know I can't get over this bridge, you guys, but
Well, you have to give it a shot.
let's just look
Bridge had
around as Alan
collapsed.
Wake.
I'd have to find another way to the lighthouse.
Every line, like that line of exposition, this guy even delivers it well. The bridge
Well,
was
the idea
out.
of
I
narrating
knew I had to
yourself
find my way
in
to the
a
lighthouse.
dream state, it's actually quite pretty.
It really is. The
On this
PC version
PC,
looks great.
yeah.
Well, the PC version, it took them 2 years.
You don't even recognize me, do you, Ryder? Think you're God?
Ooh. Whoops.
Yeah, the other thing I like about this is, you know, as someone who, when he was young, you know, enjoyed reading Stephen King, I did feel that, you know, his later work with his near obsessiveness about writers,
Yes.
yeah, which got a little bit too like, okay, this seems to play with that just kind of perfectly.
You think you can just make up stuff? Play with people's lives
Yeah.
and
This
kill
is very,
them
like, when I...
it adds to the drama?
Whoops. Stood in that light too long.
You're in this story now, and I'll make you suffer. You're a joke. It would be a single readable sentence in your books if it wasn't
You know,
for
the
your
other thing that this game plays on is my inherent fear of small towns.
Yes! Small towns are weird.
Yeah. And they seem like, like whenever I'm in one, they don't want me there. I think it must be the dead animals they leave on my doorstep. Or when they say leave. Yeah, it's always that feeling that I get.
I mean, that's why things like Twin Peaks and all those famous episodes of The Twilight Zone work really well anyway, right? Is because they play on that. Whatever is underneath Americana is always weird and bad.
All right, so, you know what? You're right, not Matt Foreman. This game is a little derivative of Alan Wake.
Sure. This is sort of the Alan Wake of video games.
Yeah, you know what? And we were pointing out that this is the Alan Wake of Alan Wake live streams. So, yes, you know what? We're going to try to get to the bottom of why they seem to not really have an original idea and they had to make Alan Wake so much like Alan Wake. You know, maybe Sam Lake can come by and we can ask him those questions.
I would love it if Sam Lake.
Yeah, I think it would be important that he
maybe
comes
Sam
by.
Lake could come by and we could just like get a beer and look into each other's eyes. I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't need to. Sam, if you're out there, we don't need to talk about Alan Wake. I would like to, but if you just want to come by.
So, are you guys going to do all of Alan Wake, main game, DLC, and American Nightmares? Please say yes. Let's just deal with Alan Wake first.
Yeah. We'll see how we're feeling. I would
mean,
like to do the DLC because I will say there are some issues with the ending of this game that the signal and the writer really clear up and make a little more satisfying.
Let's see. Someone says Stephen King is my favorite author. I would not say he's my favorite author anymore. I still think that he needs a stronger editor.
Yeah.
And no one can ever take out 200 pages that need to be taken out of all of his books. But at the same time, highly influential. I think The Shining still has some of the scariest stuff I ever read.
Oh, Barry Wheeler.
Yeah, you know, nighttime, small town, ferns and fog. That's just a recipe for danger.
You know, and this was also, I'm trying to remember, but I think this was the first time, like one of the things that they were really selling this game on was the flashlight and the real-time environments and the use of the light as safety. Mm-hmm. And they just did it so well. It was something to show off hardware. It was kind of a gimmick, but they played with it in such a satisfying way.
Well, but they also, you know, as we'll see through the course of playing this, they made a game that wasn't so combat dependent.
Wait, TV. Oh, this one just has the eye. This one doesn't have Night Springs.
That was the first indication that you weren't playing your typical game. All right, guys, forgive me. I have to pop out a couple of AA batteries here in my IFB, which I'm now forgetting what the IFB stands for.
What's the door?
There we
There
go.
we go. I just have to wait.
Let's see if we can get this puppy back on so I can hear the game. Or not. Uh-oh. Okay, important people in the booth. The IFB.
Yeah.
Chosen to stop working. But we do have some sound up there now. Let's see. The original spent an excessive amount of time in development. It sure did.
Spent about 4.5 years, so it was one Nidhogg.
When was...
It was one metric Nidhogg.
When did... Was this announced at the launch?
I believe...
Were we aware of this game before the 360 launched?
It was E3 2006, I want to say? Or no.
No, that's too early. No, that's too late, I think. We're finding out right here.
2005. It was 2005 or 2006, wasn't it?
That sounds right. I bet 2005. So it says they suddenly really loved Alan Wake after they had watched Twin Peaks, and they were able to see the influence.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
That's the thing, is it's the same with Max Payne, where when you watch all this hard-boiled stuff and all these exploitation action movies and read all these comic books, and then you go back and you play Max Payne comes off a lot less cornball because you see exactly why they were trying to be cornball.
Well, you know, and to that point, because you and I have spoken about the French movies before, there's an inordinate amount of, say, Jean-Luc Godard with Breathless and stuff like that that's heavily influenced by kind of the pulp, that kind of exported genre material from America. Yes, and it's one of those things that really have informed a perception of America, especially in Europe and in other parts of the world. The flashlight.
I love the flashlight.
That's a lot like glare, wouldn't you say?
It's a lot like glare.
Yeah.
A little derivative of glare.
A little derivative of glare. You did it. And this is one of the few games out there that actually made swapping batteries something I appreciated.
Here, take the gun.
Yeah, take the gun.
Take the gun. Take the floating gun.
You know what I love about this? The focus. It has the thing where you can like focus by pushing in the left stick to see set pieces and stuff like that, big events. But when you go in to watch a TV and Night Springs comes on, you can't focus on it. You have to watch Night Springs at like a tiny little window because it's just this animated GIF on a screen. And if you zoomed in, it would look so awful. That's the thing, is this came out, and it looked great, it really did. But you can see how limiting the console was when you see how just how much they added to the effect and the draw distance and everything in the PC version. And it was supposed to come out at the same time for PC and consoles.
No, actually, we got here from Wikipedia. It was announced at E3 2005 for, quote, the next generation of consoles and PCs. Because remember, there was still an initiative for games for Windows back then?
Right. And then it became
oh, that's rich.
An exclusive, and then they wanted to release it on PC, and it became a thing with Microsoft where
There's things with Microsoft?
I think they actually had to get like rights and permissions back from them, I want to say, to do the PC version.
But they're such an accommodating company. That's strange.
Oops. Oh, playing and talking.
You're out of batteries. You know what would be really cool?
Alan Wake 2?
Is if they had even another special DLC with Radio Raheem, because that would give the battery element something far deeper and richer than I can even dream of. Someone's pointing out that this game is a lot like Diablo 3.
Sure.
Yeah, sure thing. Yes. Ask Adam who his favorite author is. Adam, who's your favorite author? Oh, it's very hard to have one. Depends what mood I'm in. Daddy loves him some Faulkner. I will say that, but I think my heart still stays with Paul Bowles. How about you?
Oh man, I am a big Vonnegut guy and always have been. I'm a big Dickens guy. I'm a big...
What's your favorite Dickens?
I really, really, really love Great Expectations.
Oh, no, it's one that...
I really love it.
That's the one that kind of made me go like, oh no, Dickens is awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. That and Oliver Twist are just, I absolutely adore those books.
I like that. I like Our Mutual Friend.
A little Nell.
I'm a big Russian lit guy, too. I like how creepy Russian literature is.
It really helps you understand Russia, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. God.
All right, Checo. All right, Checo. Adam Anthony, you
I love the flare gun. That's the other cool thing, is like I love that the flare gun is the rocket launcher of Alan Wake. Because of light. It's kind of the Alan Wake of Alan Wake weapons.
You're right. It is the Alan Wake of Alan Wake weapons. Let's see, we had another question for us. Adam Anthony, do you feel that the third-person perspective takes away from the experience or adds to it?
Adds.
Yeah. You actually need the inherent movement challenges that third person gives you that you don't necessarily get in first person. Mm-hmm. You really have to feel more hapless because you're at least one of the good things with Alan Wake, it's one of the best games where you play an average dude.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Alan Wake is the narrator, right? Yeah. And because you're playing with this idea of he's the narrator, later on we're going to start picking up these manuscript pages where you tell that he's writing his own life. And so, like, to be Alan Wake, to be first-person Alan Wake would feel weird.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
I think, whatever.
That's some damn good coffee.
Oh, there's the thermos. Oh, is this the most pedestrian of collectibles in games ever?
It is, and I feel like it is on purpose.
Oh, no, I think so, too. I was trying to think if there is something that is novel in terms of its utilitarian,
It's almost as though they were told, like, gotta have collectibles. All right.
You don't have a thermos.
And when we get into the diner later, and it's almost word for word a Twin Peaks exchange about how good the coffee is.
Yep. Hey, what do you think would happen if we got Sam Lake to meet up with Swery?
Could I be there?
Could we do it in a coffee shop?
I don't think they'd let us be there.
I don't think so.
They'd just be like, thanks for setting this up. Also, can we borrow $20 for coffee? You guys can just wait outside while we just sit in here and be auteurs and drink coffee.
Ooh, very good point, Toot Sweet. Sprinting is like the Alan Wake of walking.
Dude, that's so true.
That's absolutely on point.
That is so true.
All right, so he woke up. Now, is Nick taught us? What is the first thing that she says? Alan.
Wake up. Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Wake.
All right, so let's...
What? Symbolism
Whoa.
from the get-go.
Yeah, so what we need to do is just deconstruct that to find its actual meaning.
Welcome to Bright... And that's the other thing I love. Bright Falls, and the TV show is Night Springs, and then the DLC is Night Springs, and it's all set in... get out. Come on.
It's there. It just all keeps
there,
folding
man.
back into itself. Snake eating the tail.
It's so good.
It is very, very good. Let's see. What else? Alan Wake sounds like Batman, kind of.
Yeah.
I think everyone who just seems like they've had a bad day sounds like Batman.
Yeah. Sometimes you wake up and you don't remember what you did the night before and you sound a little like Batman.
This game looks good on PC.
Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want to
Oh, and this
Except
is
when people talk.
This is where we this is where we meet the radio DJ, the small town radio DJ who spins yarns throughout the game.
Now, do you think that this part of America, this kind of Northwest America, the way it's depicted here, even kind of exists remotely?
I'm sorry, say again. I was listening to him talk about Deerfest.
Which just sounds like a great
It's
fest.
2 weeks away.
It is, and I'm very excited. Of the fests available, it's among my favorites. Do you think a place like this actually exists in the Pacific Northwest? I've been trained to think it does.
Oh, yes.
So I'm only in Seattle. Like, no one ever says, hey, Adam, let's go to Puget Sound.
Places like this, like similar to this, exist in Northern California. You can drive like an hour and a half away from us and get to a small town like this.
With water like this?
Ish. Although the ones that they tend to be a little overly touristy.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are legitimate, real legit places like this.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. This town doesn't make a case for why you would ever go there, unless you just already happen to be there.
Right.
Like no one says, oh, let's go to Bright Falls.
I hope you two have a lovely holiday.
All right. So we just talked to him about Deerfest.
Very
Alan,
nice.
we're getting so much good exposition. Alan doesn't want to be here. Alan has writer's block. Alan's been told to take a week off, and it's driving him nuts. Here comes Barry Wheeler.
Because he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
That's my favorite writer. Are you there yet?
Barry. Yeah.
That's right, it's his literary agent.
Giving you trouble? Just say the word and I'll hop on a plane and come make sure that you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great, great.
Look at this.
Just want to make sure you can relax and recharge. So, how is
Do you ever go to Dead End Thrills? It's the guy who does...
We're just
He
settling in.
hacks games and uses tools to do very composed, high-resolution screenshots on high-end gaming rigs.
Yeah.
He releases them all as wallpapers in high-res, and he did some beautiful Alan Wake ones. And he's got one from this opening scene with the Bright Fall, Welcome to Bright Falls, and everything extending. And I had it as my desktop for a a while. Barry just called. He's already texting. Hilarious joke about agents.
Yes. You know what? In all my years, I've met numerous agents. I never met one like Barry.
Maybe you're not quite Alan Wake.
Exactly. That's what this game told me. You're not really there yet, Adam.
He's waiting for us.
Let's see.
That was one of my favorite things, one of my favorite weird things. It's like, before we go, we've got to get the key from the landlord. One Carl Stuckey. Who talks like that? Nobody talks like that. Oh, there's our first product placement. Guys, the Alan Wake drinking game is you drink every time you see product placement. That's a Ford with Microsoft Sync technology.
But I could have sworn, I thought the batteries were also
Oh, they're
licensed.
also energizers, so don't get too drunk, guys.
Which apparently in the course of this game it demonstrates they aren't very good batteries.
Well, they're rated very well for flashlights, but not magical flashlights that kill the darkness that have taken over a small town.
Well, guess what? I guess I'd have to be putting some Duracells in because it sounds like I might have a better chance of survival.
Glad to hear that.
Or just, I'll get my own lithium and iodize it.
So here we're in the diner. She's a super fan. She's got an Alan Wake stand-up
Must have gone to visit the restroom. He'll be back in a moment.
in the background. I love the idea.
I've got all your
Oh, it'd be so cute if America really was this excited about people who write things.
when they took it
I
out of
needed
the
to find
window.
Carl Stuckey to get the key to the cabin.
Exam.
Keep it here. Well, okay. Good for you. Right. So much for a quiet vacation.
Oh, Carl
Try the
Stuckey.
coffee. Just don't blame me when you fall in love, because it'll break your heart when you have to leave.
Rusty here is no longer human. Nothing but black coffee under a thin layer.
I mean, it's
of
just
skin.
all these little lines
that
where it's like,
makes
it knows, the game knows you're playing a horror game.
Sonny, I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox.
This game's got a really good
I'd do it
soundtrack, too,
myself,
which is something I
but both
forgot.
of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah. Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable.
It does
let's see here. Oh, this is a good line. So Donies. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this when I played it back in high school, but I am curious to see what light you guys will shed on
it. Bonus. All right, this lady's my favorite. Are you ready for this lady?
Yep.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stucky, to get the key and get out as soon as possible.
Lady.
The waitress was.
It is, but she's the lantern lady.
Fans always did.
But she's kind of mixed with the other Twin Peaks in the movie. Harry Dean Stanton's completely creepy, turns the guy at the trailer park.
Yes.
Oh, this is what happens when you get sloppy.
Yeah.
Bell Pie says, I mean, Minnesota has 10,000 lakes. Some of them have to have demon things in them.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I would say most of them.
I would be disappointed.
I never leave the city.
Yeah.
Hello?
So we're being told that the coffee
Mr.
thermos
Stucky?
collectibles were actually an in-joke because they lived off of coffee when they were making the game.
Gotcha.
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill.
This is so clearly not your landlord.
But I can tell you instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin.
I just do not accept anything from this woman.
Well, also, she's in the back of the diner.
To meet your wife.
Yeah, she's just hanging in the back of the diner, wearing a mourning veil.
I like how at least Alan Wake seems to be equally perplexed.
But not like he's gonna take the key.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
Here comes the lady again on the way out. She's so good.
You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark. This really ought to be fixed. And then I must remind Sarah to change the lights at the station. It's been too long already.
So good. So over the top.
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you all right?
Deerfest, everybody.
The Andersons, they're local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That won't become relevant anytime soon.
Absolutely not.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
The Andersons. The old gods of Asgard. So good.
That really is
Mission
a great
accomplished.
name for a
It
band.
really is.
And the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. Just in case this becomes...
Look at this. Carl Stucky.
Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
So what do you think happened to Mr. Stucky?
Just grabbing his head.
Did someone drug Mr. Stucky or?
Oh.
Can you
Do you not remember? I'm not going to say anything.
I know I can't remember.
Great.
So you've been kind of playing ahead to kind of look around the corner. I'm really reliving this again.
Okay. We can talk about this later.
I love this.
Pat Main here on KBFF.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years, not since my last book.
Such a good soundtrack. This also, the idea of this guy with the writer's block and the things that he's writing coming to life is just ripped straight out of the dark half, that Stephen King book.
Yeah.
And then American Nightmare with Mr. Scratch, the evil Alan Wake, is literally the dark half.
No, it's... wasn't this done 3 or 4 other times? I haven't read the books, but what was that silly one with Johnny Depp and John Turturro? Something like Secret Garden, Secret...
Oh, yeah. Secret Window, Secret Garden or something. Yeah.
Wait, Secret Garden's a kid's book, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a magical place that a girl goes to?
I'll get you inside safe and
Is she
sound
sad?
before it gets dark.
I don't
And I've
remember.
got the flashlight.
For a lot of girls, that is Johnny Depp.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness.
Supporting
I wanted to
actor
make
in
sure we were
Nightmare on Elm
inside with
Street.
the lights on
Let's not
before
forget that.
sunset.
Do you think he still has lunch with Heather Langenkamp? Does he talk to Robert Englund at all?
Maybe he called him from the Lone Ranger set, going like, "Oh man,
worst one since our last one together, guys." So this is our cabin, but is it?
Someone's making an
Is it
interesting
our
point.
cabin?
Is it? When is a cabin ever your cabin?
Is this the right cabin? What's
when
going
you build
on
the
here?
cabin, I would think a cabin like really
Look,
builds you.
I don't like that, but okay.
Well, don't you want to, really kind of have the interactive experience of turning a key
of unlocking the door? Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing creepy about this place at all. Nope, just a weird rocking horse.
Hey, internet out there, I wanted to know this. Did you have rocking horses as a kid? Has this archetype, is this been put to rest? Or
I had a weird 80s one that was like suspended on springs on like a metal bracket, and it kind of was like, it was almost like an
Why would any parent buy that?
I don't know. Well, because
a wooden rocking horse is relatively innocuous.
This is before we learned that springs and clasps were bad. This is when like 800 kids had to lose their fingers on trampolines.
Well, just the sound alone.
Get the power on.
Very good point, Mess of an Ego. It's kind of crazy to go from the not-so-good facial stuff in this game to the amazing stuff in Quantum Break.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. When you think about how long ago this game was.
Remedy is one of those companies that's just working at the very edge of what the technology is going to allow them to do.
Well, I mean, you can also think about
the island had once
the
been
difference
the site
between
for a love story.
Max Payne constantly grimacing
had been connected to the power cable.
to Alan Wake, at least doing some lip sync. This becomes important later. These actually become tense moments, though.
Oh,
I usually don't like QuickTime events like that, but certain games do them in a context that makes me love them.
That's less of a QuickTime event because you're not replicating an action that you couldn't incorporate into the regular gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I tend to look at a QuickTime event. Like, okay, the way we've designed it couldn't allow for that scene in Resident Evil, whatever the hell it is.
Sure.
So we're going to do it this way to remind you of the limitations of our design mechanics.
I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my
I know
work.
Remedy spent 2+ years up in the Pacific Northwest and small towns in those areas to get a feeling of how life up there
I could
is.
be happy here.
Nice.
I think they just wanted a vacation from Finland in the winter. That's my
Probably
feeling.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, they were probably constantly looking for saunas and disappointed.
Dude, they're just running in like naked into,
He's like, somebody hit me with birch branches so I can jump into this lake.
Adam, can you name a video game that would have worked better as a book? Probably. I haven't thought of that yet.
Interesting. All right.
You know what I would have liked, maybe would have liked to have read as a book? I think it was a fine game, but the story so eclipsed the gameplay. Legacy of Kain.
Soul Reaver?
Yeah, the Soul Reaver one.
They had such plans for that series, though.
Oh, I know. I think that was a game franchise that came out earlier than it should have.
Oh, for sure.
It needed to see what was happening in terms of game design.
When you read about the development of it and all the stuff they had to cut out of that, out of Soul Reaver, and all the plans they had for the second one, I would really love to see that franchise make a return.
I would love to too. Well,
but I wonder if there's enough recognition at this point.
I don't think so.
Like it would have to. It would
I
have
think
to be
there's a handful of other
reboot.
franchises that are attempting to be resurrected that are showing not the best traction.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Amy Hennig is now comfortably ensconced over at Naughty Dog. Doot.
The Deer Fest guests have already started to arrive.
The old door had played a trick on me.
Stop talking over the radio, Alan.
Out in the dark.
We'll see if we can rope them into an interview later on. Now let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on KBFFM.
Hi, Pat.
This is the waitress just gushing about Alan Wake. There's another one towards the beginning here that's great. That's like a dude talking about his lost dog, and they talk for 5.5 minutes.
Alan,
It's amazing.
I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
See, okay, now this scene, when she says, Alan, I'm upstairs,
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
it makes me think of Death of a Salesman, the very end.
Surprise!
Alice?
How
What is this?
dare she?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you
Damn,
past...
Alice, everyone
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private
That
clinic
name
here.
sounds
He specializes in
familiar.
helping
Yes, it does.
artists. Maybe
So now you want to get me
Hold on.
committed?
No,
Hartman.
it's not like that. That's not...
We may be
Alan?
looking too hard.
Keep looking.
Alan?
Wait,
don't,
he does
just
help
don't.
artists
I don't wanna
find their
hear it.
creative
God
spirits
damn
again.
it, Alice.
He's the Heart Man.
He's the Heart Man.
Yep.
God damn.
Alan, wake
I knew
up.
she wouldn't follow me in the
Heart Man.
dark. I needed some time
Flashlight.
alone to think things through.
danger.
Seriously, Sam Wake, just come like for 5 minutes. Just come
hang
hang
on.
out.
You know, we're gonna start counting down every week how long it's been since Sam has not come to visit us.
Yeah. Damn it. I'm counting the number of days until Sam Lake notices me. It's been thousands so far.
So this is Diver's Isle?
This is Diver's Isle. Well, this is Diver's Isle on Cauldron Lake.
Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
Evil birds.
Yeah,
remember,
man.
evil birds.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
That's kids. This is why you shouldn't run away from typewriters.
Yeah.
Someone will be abducted.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Whoa.
Good dive.
Yeah, nice form.
Yeah, have you ever pulled off something like that? Video game characters just can do these perfect dives.
Alice?
Okay. So I feel like right here after we wake up is probably a good point to start.
Yes.
Or a good point to stop.
But it's to start loving Alan Wake.
Hey!
Oh,
if you're not already.
Hoo-yah.
One nightmare and entered another.
God.
I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice.
Yeah, man. Fell in a lake.
The phone was
dummy.
dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
All right, so we're gonna find help on foot.
My name is Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
I'm a writer.
Alan Wake.
I would like one quarter pounder with cheese. No pickles.
Yeah, you wanted to know how he orders food.
I just want
I
Alan
enjoyed
Wake
this very much.
and Batman and Solid Snake to go order
all
food.
together, and just kind of have a throat off.
So guys, we're gonna call it a day today.
Yep. But just if you notice, today is Tuesday. We used to do this on Thursdays. We are now always doing this on Tuesdays.
ABT, always be Tuesday.
Always be Tuesday.
That's not good.
Yeah, if you want a
bad.
toaster, you gotta be here on Tuesday.
Also, next Tuesday is a special Tuesday. We're
Yes,
going to
it
have
is.
2 live streams. We're going to have one at 10:30 in the morning, where we've got Tim Schafer coming in.
Tim Schafer coming in with Broken Age. That is the new adventure game from Double Fine Studios. This is the one that had the Kickstarter backing.
Yes.
This is a return to a form of game that was once very popular, and is we're finding rare instances of it, and so I've gotten to dabble with it, and I enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to have them here.
At 4 o'clock, we will have another Alan Wake stream.
Yes.
All Alan Wake, all the time. We're going to have a warm-up game for that, too. We haven't picked one yet. If you've got a game that you've been meaning to check out, maybe an indie game or a smaller game that you'd like us to take a look at,
Yes,
definitely
we are more
let
than
us
happy
know. Remember to follow us. We are...
Oh, God, guys. Also,
God.
if you haven't seen it, this launched today. Scott Bromley's new show, Internet Rabbit Hole. I don't even know the best way to try to describe the show. It's just really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Today, he's proving that without SNL, we would have never had PlayStation Now. I will say no more. Only he can explain it. It's right there on
Only
our
somebody
YouTube
with
channel.
an encyclopedic head of pop culture could really put together, like Scott Bromley's could put together a show like that.
So
I can't picture anybody else doing that.
Go pay tribute for about the 7 minutes it lasts. It's over at youtube.com/rev3games. You might actually be there right now if you're watching this stream.
If you are, subscribe, and if you're on Twitch, follow us. And also on Twitter, I'm at @acarboni.
I'm at Adam Sessler.
And we're going to leave you with another quote.
Oh, good.
From Shigesato Itoi and his daily Japanese planner. There will never be a duplicate of any particular day. If you actually think today is the same as yesterday, you better get your eyes checked, because your view of the world is skewed.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, get your eyes checked. Optometry, kids. All about the optometry.
You learned something.
Mm-hmm.